Oh, what's good, y'all? My name is Jasmine Stanley. Welcome back to my channel. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, join my yoga studio, the Underbelly. We have the most fun yoga on the internet. Click the link down below to start your free 7-day trial today. Today's video is about tips for traveling as a fat person. In this video, I'll share tips for things to keep in mind when you're traveling, as well as some pro tips that were offered by our communities here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'll give you a list of travel essentials to bring with you to maximize your comfort, and a few mantras and affirmations that you can say while you're traveling so you feel confident within yourself while enjoying the skin that you're in. Thank you so much to Elsewhere for sponsoring this video. If I could change one thing about every trip I've ever taken, it would be the way that I planned it, because I never do. I always think I don't have enough time to travel, and when I finally do get away, I'm lost about what to do while I'm gone. I usually end up sitting in my hotel room, eating Uber Eats and watching TV. That's where Elsewhere comes in. Elsewhere is a modern travel platform that pairs clients with local experts to craft once-in-a-lifetime trips. Their local experts are highly experienced professional travel agents who live in each destination. They are true locals. They know what the guidebooks don't. Elsewhere helps you travel like a guest at the destination, not a tourist on vacation. When I was planning my trip to Sri Lanka, I got to have a really intimate connection with my guide, Aloka, and she planned out a trip that was based on the kinds of things I wanted to do. I told her I'm interested in food, history, and spirituality, and she crafted a totally bespoke trip for me that was inclusive of everything I wanted to do, while also making me feel like a local while I'm on vacation. Click the link in my description box to start planning your next trip with Elsewhere. Okay, let's get into this. My biggest tip for traveling while fat, and before I even get into that, let me just say, being fat should never stop you from doing anything that you want to do. And I'm talking about anything. There are so many things that we fat people are told that we're not supposed to do. Or really that we can't do. We're told all the time that there's so much stuff that we can't do. But for real, if there's a will, there's a way. If you're worried about people making fun of you, or if you have experienced legit trauma from bad things happening while you travel, or while you do other things, it makes perfect sense that you would feel nervous about traveling. Honestly, some of my anxiety has gotten in the way of me traveling in the past too, specifically like taking up too much space on a seat. And that's not just on planes, but trains, cars, automobiles. Some of my affirmations at the end of this video are especially targeting the parts of you that get uncomfortable taking up space. So stick around to the end of the video for those. Bottom line is you deserve to have fun and enjoy your life. And sometimes just having a toolkit to take care of yourself mentally and physically is all you need to feel good about doing something that's scary. Okay, here's some tips for fat traveling that are a combo of things that I think and the advice that I got when I asked for call outs on YouTube and Instagram. When flying, ask for a seatbelt extender as you walk on the plane. So this is some of the most clutch advice that I think you can get about fat flying. Using a seatbelt extender can dramatically increase your comfort while flying. You might not even think you need one, but you'd be surprised how much more comfortable it will make your flight. Even a 30-minute flight is made better with a seatbelt extender. If you're fat, it literally might be required in order for you to fit into the seatbelt. And I don't know if you've ever had to experience the feeling of huffing and puffing your way into a seatbelt on a packed flight when you're in the middle seat. Throw them bows. Personally, for me, it has been for the fucking birds. Peak lane. I've been embarrassed and ashamed, and my elbows have poked the fuck out of everybody on either side of me, and it's just generally been stupid. Fortunately, most airlines have seatbelt extenders on the flights, and it is a pro tip to ask for one as you are boarding the plane. It's much less time consuming and energy draining, and a lot less awkward than trying to get one when you've already been seated, especially if you're in a window or a middle seat. I would take this one step further and say that you should get and bring your own seatbelt extender. I bought my seatbelt extenders years ago, and it was seriously one of the best gifts I've ever given myself. Peak self-care is actually acknowledging and accepting your body for who and what it is, and respecting your own needs. Depending on what type of seatbelt extender you need, you may need to buy 2 of them. Southwest Airlines and perhaps other airlines use a different type of seatbelt that requires a different type of extender. I have 2 seatbelt extenders that I carry with me every time I travel on a plane, and that way I'm always ready no matter what happens. They do, however, make universal seatbelt extenders, and I've linked one in my Amazon shop. Bring a fan for yourself if you overheat. Don't rely on airport and airplane ventilation systems. I found a really cute fan for my trip to Sri Lanka that I put in my Amazon shop. Remind yourself that you deserve to be everywhere in case you feel like you're taking up too much space. Go to the bathroom before you get on the plane. Airplane bathrooms are barely bigger than a pimple, and they make you you feel like one when you're in them. Especially on a long haul flight, it's unlikely that you'll be able to hold your pee the whole time, but remembering to pee before you get on the plane is very helpful, especially if it takes a long time to get up in the air. There is really nothing like needing to pee, but the plane has been taxiing for an hour longer than it was supposed to be. BYO snacks. I feel like it's a good idea to never trust an airline to have food that's gonna make you feel good. Feeling good is subjective. Get all the snacks you want before you board so you can turn your flight into a cozy hangout where your only responsibility is to rest and eat well and maybe watch some Netflix. Always get a window seat. I know this is subjective, but I have to agree, and this is why. I like being able to lean my whole body against the wall of the plane, and the window seat is the most comfort I'm able to find on a plane. Seriously, death to a middle seat. And I just don't prefer the aisle. I really like being squashed in by the window. Research if there are great inclusive clothing stores where you're going. That's cool. I hadn't really thought of that, honestly. Bring extra underwear and panty liners. All the walking builds up moisture. Someone else also said to carry some folded sheets of paper towels or thick napkins to dab sweat. Your comfort is worth the seat upgrade. Use credit card points to do it. This has been kind of a hard lesson for me because I'm often frugal to a fault, but it really is always worth it to feel comfortable in a seat that is big enough for your body. And being in first class is way better than being in coach. Even being in coach, but in the bigger seats, in the preferred rows, is better than the regular microscopic plane seats. This person says, Southwest is my favorite airline. I have heard from multiple sources for years that Southwest is very fat friendly. Fat approved is usually what people say. They have a free second seat program where you can book an extra seat next to yours for no cost. And the person who sent in this tip also said that they'd never had anybody be mean to them on a Southwest flight. I can't speak to whether or not people are nicer on Southwest flights, and I've never used the free second seat policy on Southwest, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But I hate flying Southwest because I hate, capital H, hate leaving my seat selection to chance. I love a window seat, and every time I fly Southwest, I end up smushed in a middle seat, and I'm not into it. I personally love Delta because they have a variety of types of seats at varying price points within coach class, so you don't have to upgrade to first class to get a bigger seat necessarily. Plus, I just really like the flight experience of Delta, but to each their own. Dressing well gets you better service. I cannot speak to this because I exclusively wear sweatshirts and my embody jumpsuit. This jumpsuit, I think, is just the best thing to travel in. It is soft, it's comfortable, it's low key, it can be dressed up and down. It's just amazing. It's one piece of fabric, so you're not like dealing with your pants and your shirt. I don't really care about being judged. It's way more important for me to be comfortable. I hate wearing uncomfortable clothes when I fly, and that is really the pro tip for me. Maximize your comfort at all times, and if you fly a lot, pick a flying uniform so you don't even have to think about your flight outfit. You just already know what you're going to wear, and you know that it's going to be comfortable and pleasing to your senses. I feel like a lot of anxiety in life is the result of trying to fit yourself into a box, and in the case of flying, you are literally fitting yourself into a box. So releasing the mental tension of fitting yourself into a metaphorical box is key to enjoying the experience. Comfort over everything, so you have fewer things to obsess over in what can already be a universally stressful experience. Honestly, I'm sure dressing up does get you better service, and I'm always in awe of people who are like at the airport with a full beat in heels. I'm like, bitch, especially when they have kids and a bunch of luggage, I'm like, how are you making that happen? It is magic. If you are a person who goes to the airport in a full beat of makeup and heels, I salute you. With kids in strollers, full salute. But no, that's not me. The last place you're gonna catch my face beat is the airport. If you come upon me wearing makeup at the airport, know that I just came from work. That's the only reason that would be happening. What the fuck? Why would I know? Someone recommended bringing chub rub, and I'm gonna put some of my favorite brands in my Amazon shop. This is a big pro tip because any amount of travel usually means a lot lot of walking, and thigh friction can be so distracting. This is also why I really prefer to wear leggings to the airport. For me, even denim is too stiff of a fabric for the amount of movement that's required when you're in an airport. And shorts, in my opinion, are a recipe for disaster. It's always colder in airplanes than I think it's gonna be, and I just always want my legs to be covered. Plus, when I wear shorts, they ride up into my thighs, and so like just needing to like pull my shorts down while I'm in an airport and I got my luggage, it's just annoying to me. Thigh friction, inner thigh sweat, the dreaded inner thigh chafe will ruin your whole fucking day. So if you're gonna be a superhero and choose to wear something where your thighs are rubbing together, definitely pack some chub rub or some kind of inner thigh safety system in your carry-on so you don't end up starting a fire on the airplane from the force of the friction between your thighs. Someone said the bike shorts are the new normal because they prevent chafing. I'm gonna take your word on that. This person also suggested packing a new bra for each day of your trip, and that is a pro tip. This person says, when I travel with a partner, I don't have to worry about my body spilling onto a stranger. You know, I never considered that, and I definitely agree with that. That's part of why I really like the window seat, because then like I can just be leaned up against the wall when I'm traveling by myself. But if I'm traveling with a partner, that is cute to be able to like lean up against them. The plane is definitely like a sexy, cozy time moment for sure. This next one is one of the coolest tips, and is something that I'd literally never thought of before. Put important things on a string so that you can fish them out if they fall on the plane. This legitimately blew my mind, and I'm wondering if there are other like specific techniques that go along with this, like a specific type of string to use or a specific length of string. If anybody has any ideas about that, drop that in the comments. Inquiring minds want to know, because I feel like I've sacrificed some things to planes. Like if it's fallen, I don't even know that this is about being fat. Literally, if you drop something and it's like 2 rows ahead and it's just like hectic and chaotic, I will weigh like, how badly do I really need that thing? I like the string technique, a fishing line. Just yank your shit back up is really cute to me. This next tip is BYO towels, which is an incredible tip because most towels in hotels are like standard size and they're not fat friendly. And this person specifically recommended sand cloud bath sheets because they are large enough to use and thin enough to pack. Compression socks are a pretty standard long haul flight item to have. They help with bodily swelling when you're sitting for long periods of time. I found some really cute ones on Amazon. Before I looked on Amazon, like I had only ever seen them in black. I got some that are really cute. They're different stripy colors, so I'll drop them in my Amazon shop. Someone recommended reducing salt in the days prior to the trip, which also helps with swelling, as well as sipping water throughout the day. Sipping feels like the operative word here. It's helpful to remember that the pace at which you drink water is the pace at which you will need to find a bathroom, which can get a little bit hairy when you're up in the air. Someone said, people might give you looks. They suck and ignore them. And I agree. Anyone who is trying to shame you, that is about them and not about you. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Okay, this is a tip about picking hotels and Airbnbs that I still think is really relevant in this conversation. They said, always check the bathroom pics. Some are so small, one might not be able to access the shower. There is nothing like being smushed into a shower that was not built for you. You might even end up having to find a new place to stay. So it's good to look at that type of thing beforehand. Always, always, always have at least one other outfit plus underwear in your carry-on bag. This is so real because you never know when your luggage is going to get lost. And it's a good idea to always be prepared if something happens, especially if you're fat. Like if your luggage is gone for a couple days and you're somewhere where there are not stores for fat people clothes, you might be up the creek. I don't do this. I'm taking this tip. I'm writing this down that I'm like, oh shit. The last tip, and this I think probably should have been number 1, portable bidet. I just invested in one of those. A game changer, full stop. I linked one in my Amazon shop. Just to recap, here is a quick checklist of things to get before your next trip. Compression socks, seatbelt extender, fans, chub rub, portable bidet. I have linked all these items. I have licked. Did I lick it? I have linked all of these items and so much more in my Amazon shop. You can find the link for that down in the description box. Here are some mantras and affirmations that you can say when you're traveling and when you're getting ready to leave. Save this video so that you have these ready the next time that you're in transit. Repeat after me. I deserve to exist. I deserve to take up space. I was made this way on purpose. I am not a mistake. I don't have to make excuses for myself. I am not in the way. I deserve to be happy and enjoy enjoy my life, whatever it takes to make that happen. I think that's all for now. Let me know what you think of this video. Drop all your comments into the chat. Find links to travel tools that you can buy in the description, as well as links to my books and other social media. Thanks again to Elsewhere for sponsoring this video. Link to check them out is down below. Don't forget to join my yoga studio, The Underbelly. Find me on Instagram and TikTok at my name is Jessamyn. That is JESSAMYN. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye. Love you. Peace.